We adore chaos because we love to produce order. And to me, there's a conundrum in that statement.
I think you definitely see that when you look at Escher's work. I think maybe the order comes through first.
Escher is so brilliant with asymmetry to the symmetry.
All the things that are a little different, and how actually like your eye can't see both things at the same time. I mean, all those things are subtly chaos.
You can explore that in visual and aural ways, and hopefully that's what the listener does with this piece. It started with the ascending and descending. It's this series of staircases that are endless and infinite. And so I was just fascinated with making aural analogies between some of those visual conundrums.
One time you see one pattern and then you come back 10 seconds later and you see the other pattern and they don't make logical sense. So there's a little bit of psychology, of course. And if you're looking at building musical structures, those kind of ideas, I think, translate really well.
There's two figures that are looking at different places. One is looking into the monks that are marching up at the top of the image, and one is looking out at the bottom staircase. I think it was Darrel, actually, that proposed the idea of writing some cadenzas, offering different perspectives. It really just grew out of a series of conversations from that.
Well, you know, as the soloist, my main responsibility is to be able to translate the text and to be able to display to the listener some of the architecture in the piece. I'm talking with Mara about what she imagines and what she's written, and maybe kind of probing behind what her consciousness has even given her.
Well, the descent, really, very much from the top of the image down to the bottom. That's really, in a very basic, formal level, how I thought about the piece.
The bassoonist is the marcher who is maybe against the flow, even though he starts in the flow. And that, as you notice in the picture, there's these different observers. And I imagine that the cadenzas will be that observer.
You're moving from the monks to the middle register, sort of this unknown section. We start exploring things like shepherd tones, which is an acoustical conundrum. Things feeling like they're consistently falling, but it's not, it's actually repeating. And that's where we really get introduced to the bassoon's athleticism. And then towards the middle of the middle section, the climax of the piece is a very direct Bach quote. And then the lower level is sort of this monochromatic descent into nothing, and then you see this person at the bottom looking out. Visually, your eye can wander what seems to be down, but then you end up in the image. And so it's really like very much of a puzzle, and I wanted the music to come off like a puzzle too.